lance maconha segurando, a novinha safada relaxando, vai na pica safada sem vergonha, vai sentando na pica doida de maconha. Presta atenção pro bagulho é doidão, trava essa puta ficando safada, senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Ai, sentando palhaço, vai sentando palhaço, vai sentando. He's back! Maconha segurando, a novinha safada relaxando, vai na pica safada sem vergonha, vai sentando na pica doida de maconha. Presta atenção pro bagulho é doidão, trava essa puta ficando safada, senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Ai, sentando palhaço, vai sentando palhaço, vai sentando. He's back! Maconha segurando, a novinha safada relaxando, vai na pica safada sem vergonha, vai sentando na pica doida de maconha. Presta atenção pro bagulho é doidão, trava essa puta ficando safada, senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Senta malvada, quica malvada, trava na ponta da pica e não para. Ai, sentando palhaço, vai sentando palhaço, vai sentando.
Ooh, I love this God. I love me some Aries. How y'all doing? It is High Priestess Jamila. Shout out to the one person in the chat right now that chose to watch me. You must be smart instead of people with fake views that are talking about me. So just FYI, today is my birthday, and I wanted to come and speak about something real quick. You know, first of all, people are crazy. I just gotta acknowledge that real quick, that people are nuts and psycho. And I guess my presence and my existence just brings this out of people. I just keep in mind, when you're in social media, you're not always attracting those types of people. So I wanted to talk about something real quick. There are people right now that literally next month it will mark a year, a whole year since I had an eviction, and I guess I'm supposed to be embarrassed by that. Um, no, I'm not. And in fact, not only that, I actually recovered from the eviction. I was fully recovered financially from that eviction 3 months later, less than 3 months later. So you have to ask yourself, what kind of loser tries to come up off of something like that, especially when it's a slumlord who's ultimately going to lose. Now, I'm one that stands up in the community, okay? The sad part about it is that when I was evicted out of that house, which is why that's going to be removed from my record, the house was literally uninhabitable. Literally. It was uninhabitable, not by my fault, but by the landlord's fault. But see, this is the type of ignorance that we find, especially in Black communities, as to why slumlords get away with things like that. And I'm sorry, in the South, this is one of the reasons why I want to move up out of here, and I am. It's not like it's not well known information that in January I could have easily gotten a new place down here. Easily. But I didn't because I don't choose to live here in Georgia. And I'm not going to live here in Georgia. It's just that in January, I was dealing with some things to where I had to take a rest break and work on myself because not only running a healing business, but then also not having the proper backup and tools to actually protect myself until just recently. Because again, grown men who are in their 50s, I don't know why, choose to compare themselves to women. And you've got women that do things that they believe is going to bring them some kind of clout, and they don't have no filter. See, this is the reason why Jamila will always come out on top, because people know they can trust me. People know that they can come to me and I would never do anything to hurt their babies. Whenever you get through. That's a fact. It's sad though how in the South, Black women and Black people are already marginalized so horribly, but then also in the rental market. The things that happened with that landlord would have never happened in my hometown. I and you know what? This is the reason, one of the reasons why, not in my case, people that call themselves a landlord end up destroying people's lives. Now, will an eviction on my record necessarily stop me from renting? No. Can it stop me from buying a house? No. But we got lower vibrational people who want to continue to bring it up as if it gives them some kind of superpower. When you didn't do that, you had nothing to do with that. It was a landlord who has a history of neglecting their properties. I can assure you there's Better Business Bureau complaints. Literally, neighbors of people that they have rentals in the neighborhood are complaining against the landlord. Go figure. You know what? Make sure that you check out your landlord before you rent from them. You got to do that these days. I was in a hurry. And then plus I fell in love with the house, and, you know, and the landlord was basically hiding. I didn't find out who actually owned that property. And I'm not even going to get into the rituals and shit that they were attempting to do on me. So, I'm a rich, valuable source of information when it comes to that. And people love the fuck out of me. You can't make somebody hate me because of what I went through. Like, you just, that shit, that's going to backfire, boo boo. You can't make nobody judge me. You can't stop business. You can't do any of that. You can't make it look like, oh, she's just cursed and da 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 da. No, hun. No. You just look like somebody that has been backbiting off of somebody for the past goddamn decade. Let me tell y'all a little story though. When I lived in this it was so cute. Oh my God, I love this house back in Kansas City. It was actually, it was kind of in the hood, y'all. And I just fell in love with this house. The only thing that I didn't like is that it had a clawfoot tub. By the way, guys, I used to be licensed in real estate, that of which I will be licensed again. just not in Georgia. I'm not dealing with the real estate in Georgia, even though there's so much. There's so, oh my God, Georgia would be an amazing place. I encourage you, if you are into real estate, do it. Don't be scared. I'm encouraging you to sell real estate in Georgia, man. It's amazing. All of the waterfront property is beautiful in Georgia. It's just that luck of the draw, you know. Uh, it was always meant for me to go back home. But anyway, this house had all hardwood floors throughout. And it was just, I just liked it. You know what I'm saying? It was a character home. And so at the time I was on housing assistance. Um, and my mother did not like that. Like I told you, my mother was it, and I should have went with her plan. My mother said, listen, that lady, oh my God, I honor that lady so much. My mommy, if I'd have done what my mommy said, but you know what? Sometimes you got to let your kids find out, right? Because mom, she wanted to buy me a house and she said, I will buy you a house and help you build equity. Oh my God, please, if your mom wants to help you like that, don't resist it, especially when it involves, because my mom owned all of her houses. My mom could not stand renting. She was very spiritual. She felt like some landlords, not all of them. I can tell when I have a landlord that is vampiric. And my mother, y'all know she wrote books about vampires. Okay. So anyway, um, I rented this house and I lived there. I think I lived there from sometime in the summer until winter time kicked in, right? And so the laundry room was like right off of the kitchen, right? The laundry room had no insulation. Like as soon as that Kansas City winter hit, the whole house was freezing cold. There was like literally, it was terrible. A, when I reported that to the landlord, they immediately moved me to a different property. Immediately. That in Kansas City, Missouri, they don't play that mess. They don't play that mess. I don't know if it was just you know what? I've actually rented houses. I think that a lot of these landlords, though, guys, that are not under the standards of housing, I think that a lot of them think that they can just get away with anything. And it's the community that fights for that. It's the community that fights for that. You can't just allow a bad landlord to run amok. It's literally an epidemic in the South, especially in Georgia and Alabama. It's real bad in Alabama. And you have to stand up to these people. But anyway, I wanted to tell y'all that little story. You know, we are sometimes at war with these corporations and stuff, y'all. So it just is what it is. Thank you, sweetie. So I actually recovered from that less than 3 months later. And for some reason, black men did not want that. Why, black men? Why? Why do you want to degrade and berate the black woman? Why are you constantly hating on black women? That, do you realize that it's been almost since everybody's discussing my personal business? And then they'll say, where was spirit? Where was your spirits? Where was your goddess? My goddess was right there. Had God always has a plan for us. You think that, hey, I just made offerings to my spirits last night. I'm still very appreciative to them. Still very appreciative to them. It is what it is. In fact, Santa Martha actually helped me stay in that house for an additional year. An additional year. And I'm kind of a very stable person. So back in 2021, do y'all remember in 2021 when uh the Supreme Court outlawed evictions? That was right around the time the raccoon showed up in the attic, and it took like a year. Like, I should have moved then. I could have literally stacked my paper and said, you know what, I'm out. I ain't paying no rent. I kept paying rent, kept paying my rent. And so when being stable and settled, because I was settled in that house, and you can never go wrong from that. Like, I could have literally moved. I should have. But you can't go back and change things like that. You know what I'm saying? But the point is that why are we still talking about that almost a year later? First of all, I've never been a homeless person. I don't have to be homeless right now. If I would have had, like right now, I could literally drive my ass off. Like, I'm not going to go into detail. It was something that was going on. I'm not going to get into detail about it to the point where I couldn't even think about driving at the time. It is what it is. I trust the process, baby. I already know where I'm going. And it ain't where the enemies want me and my children to go. And it's sad that you just want to see somebody and their kids out on the streets because you got things on in your life that are wrong. You know what I'm saying? So speaking about that, continuously talking about it, it's gonna keep you down, not me. You talk about all you want. You're the one that are gonna suffer for that. I personally don't prey on people's problems like that to the point where I think it's gonna somehow serve me. That's stupid to me. Then again, I don't think that way. I don't function that way. So you're not gonna win doing that. What are you gonna do? You're gonna continuously keep and you hate me so much that you're like, I want you to die. Like, well, you don't have the power to do that. That's sad when you come to the internet and you hate a stranger so much and their kids. Like, you need to go and reevaluate yourself. It's been a year since then. I don't even think these people have any sense of time. What has it done for you? Nothing. That makes me think about one of my clients that was dealing with a similar landlord. And this was while I was at the extended stay in Lilburn. And she literally, I helped her move out of that place. And I didn't even have my own place. Why? Because I don't have any direct plans of staying in Georgia. I don't. So, for you to talk about that, knowing that in January, I literally could have put a couple of $1,000 down on a place, means that you're petty and stupid. Knowing that I run a business on here, you think that people want to hear that lower vibrational crap. Nobody wants to hear that. Nobody's checking for you actually. And I think it's ridiculous. And I really don't understand the amount of men that don't have it. They don't have it. First of all, I've never depended on a man to begin with. It's not about that. I've never financially been dependent on a man, and I never will. That if I needed a man's help, that was temporary. Who is this that keeps talking about it every single day? A bum. You've got to be a bomb. Like for you to rest on that, I guess you must want all the negative karma that that landlord is going to get. When you do understand, do you have any understanding of real estate? You do understand that when I left that house, there was a big gaping hole in the roof. So is that your standard of living? That's your standard of living? You think that a landlord can charge 2,000 a month for a place with a big gaping hole where wild animals are running in and out, birds, all kind of stuff? And then what are you going to do? Label and stigmatize me for the rest of my day? You're not going to be able to do that. You're just going to stigmatize yourself. It's ridiculous. I've never seen people fight to do lower vibrational loser crap. And literally in a delusion, thinking that you're going to somehow kill somebody, literally have a fantasy about me somehow dying homeless. Well, that's not the plan that God has for me. And I've never signed off on anything that said that I agreed with that either. I just think it's funny, and I think that people need to be careful getting involved with people like that. I'm just saying that's some really lower vibrational ish. And what's wrong with you? People know and are smart about who they invest in. People invest in me all the time. They never regret it because I am trustworthy and I do right by people's. As long as people can trust me, I will always my value will always be priceless. Always. And you can't never take that away from me. And you're going to have to suffer for trying to what are you trying to make people fear getting involved with me because I've got some you do realize that the witches have a plan for everything. I'm not going to tell you what the plan is, what Hecate actually does. And I'm not involved in some kind of spiritual warfare with people. That's something that's all in your head. I'm not at war with Christians. Why would I do that? It's ridiculous. Why would I need to do that? Anytime you think that it's a power move to try to backbite off of somebody's misfortune, it was misfortune because of the landlord. A year later, you have nothing. And those are the standards, and you don't set the standards. You're not a trendsetter. You can't change it. That's some really, really, really lower vibratory crap. Hey, can you empty this for me, Bubbles? That's really lower vibratory. Nobody's gonna big you up for trying to steal somebody's donations or big you up for, oh, it ain't her birthday, it's my birthday. Nobody's gonna ever big you up or give you honor or respect for trying to be someone else. That's pathetic. I will even in a position of duress, you would still rather be Jamila than yourself. That's sad because you already know that I'ma always be up. And I'd be careful if I was y'all. I feel sorry for anybody that is even seduced by that. Good grief. But y'all should know that right now I have a psychopath that has HIV with AIDS currently in Columbus, Georgia, that has this weird sexual fantasy about me that, he thinks, see, I can read people's minds. He thinks that he can keep me in Georgia because he thinks that there's a chance between me and him. It's sad how people attach themselves to people on the internet, and literally my gods are getting ready to fly me up out of here, literally. Keep her in Georgia. Keep, your throat gonna explode. You talk so damn much about nothing. Gonna stick a bomb down your throat and let it explode. You know what I'm saying? You're sick. None of you sick black men can keep me in Georgia, by the way, either. Trust me, I've already spoken to my spirits about it, and they just want to end you. My spirits just want to end you. You skating on thin ice. Every day you come to this platform talking about me, you must have a death wish. I'm just saying. Any man that tries to keep somebody like a hostage or something, even though it's not good for them, is at risk of death at any fucking moment. It's just the reality of it. You do, and I feel like you deserve to die, straight up and down. And I can see his number came up, number 6. You deserve death. And anybody that tries to help you with that deserves to die too. You can't just hold somebody as a hostage, especially after you've been stalking them for 10 plus years, bro. Like, you're past your prime, you're past your opportunity. It's ridiculous, y'all, I'm telling you. So I think it's a mirror case of people that have never gotten what they wanted, jealous of me. This started from the beginning when I moved from Missouri to Kansas. These people actually started stalking me in 2011. When I moved from Missouri to Kansas and I was unsuspecting, I showed my house in Kansas, that cute little duplex I lived in with the automatic fireplace. They contacted my landlord. Sick. Eventually, you're going to either see death or jail for doing that to people. That them people was so sweet. I wish nothing for the best for them. That poor woman is a white couple. Their mother was really a nice person. I wish them nothing but blessings. It's sad. People like that should be expunged from this damn planet. I believe that that's what spirit trying to do. Get rid of you. Crying to me, talking about Jamila every day ain't gonna change that. Ain't gonna change it. And that, my friend, is where I believe that, y'all know that movie Final Destination. It don't have nothing to do with no bloodline. It got something to do with your actions. Cause I don't have anything to do with it, with whatever your problem is. Sick. So, I just think it's ridiculous. I really do. I think it's ridiculous every single day. And I told y'all that there's people who hate themselves so much that they would love to be able to steal somebody's total identity. And you're watching them. A man trying to steal a woman's identity. You was born on June 23rd, 1977. You wish. It's sick. Probably got a destiny swapping candle going. I've been watching too many damn movies, but you know what? What they do is they definitely do cause a bunch of confusion. chaos. Hey, look at me, I'm an idiot. Yeah, we all know that. Nobody's confused about that, buddy. Nobody. It's sick. And a lot of people think that they have a voice over mine. Oh, goodness gracious. I'm celebrating my birthday. Let me play my song with my God. Yes, I love you. Let me get it uploaded. Let me get it queued up. You could never be me. Never. You want to be me so bad. Why? Why don't you work on yourself? It's too late now. It's too late now. It ain't gonna. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Keep hurrying, Georgia. Ah! Do everything that you can, and do whatever. Say whatever. Say it. Say it. Say, it's like nobody's listening to you. Really, they're literally laughing at you. They're all gonna laugh at you constantly. That's all it is to it. You look ridiculous. The only thing you do is people marvel at how dumb you are, for real. I'm gonna steal your energy. You are. I'm gonna steal your identity. In fact, I'm gonna change my name to Jamila. My name is Jamila Briscoe. My name, and it's like if I ain't never seen, like, fuck some culture appropriation, this is identity appropriation. I want to be you so bad that I'm gonna come in social media every day and talk about you, but then try to replace you or be. That's exactly what that is, and nobody's listening. Nobody. You can't call to nobody. There's nobody that's gonna protect you. Fire will never protect you. Your guns will jam. You're just screwed. Nobody's actually listening to you. Nobody. That's a fact. Nobody's hearing you. Nobody cares. Except for maybe some trolls. Trolls. How many of my real clients are watching? They're not trolls. I don't have clients that are trolls. I don't service trolls. God damn it. And then that happened. Damn it. Let me replace this one. I think it's sick. People just marvel at how sick people are. And people got warned about that whole destiny swapping thing. People got warned by people that knew what they were talking about, and they still tried it, and it didn't work. It didn't. It ain't gonna never work for you. You may be able to get some attention from people that literally just look at you like you're an idiot, but other than that, nobody cares. Nobody. You ain't moving nobody. Okay. And just FYI, just to let y'all know, it's very, very alarming when you see these grown men attacking children. All of the children involved with this situation are protected. That's a fact. Okay. I think it's sad for your life to be so screwed up that you come to social media and you attack people's families, children, because your life is so screwed up, threatening people, always trying to be a threat to people's lives. It's sick. What's wrong with you? You need to be in a mental institution. You know? Okay, it's processing, y'all. I'm going to play my song and then I'm going to get up out of here.
People like you, Pencil Butt, and Mr. T.
All right, y'all, I'm back. So, yeah, my whole thing about it, and then here's another thing that's really interesting about this is that witches are sometimes targeted when it comes to houses as well. And that's something that typically doesn't happen in my hometown either. And I don't know, it's really weird, the culture in Georgia. I just love everybody here to pieces. I love the state of Georgia. I love the residents of Georgia. But it's just that some people take it to the extreme. And so that part also, people trying to convert witches, you can't convert witches. And I'm used to, man, when it comes to especially Halloween, when it comes to Halloween, every year for the past 10 years, it's just been depressing in Georgia. When I saw that the Halloween scene is not about Halloween within itself, but that it's more so about let's put up a couple of attractions to make some money, but it's not actually truly in the communities. It's very different when you go to Kansas City, Missouri. Around Halloween, you ain't gonna see nothing but pumpkins, jack-o'-lanterns. Like, it's, man, it's like Halloween, just, and Christmas too. But it's very different here. So, and it's something that I'm not gonna ever adapt to. I'm not. And you know what? Everything being set up by design to besiege me on a daily. This is happening daily. Used to be every once in a while, once a week. No, it's been happening daily. It's still going to end with you having to let go. And it's crazy that anybody would support a complete stranger, and then for us to say, well, I'm doing this because of a white woman. What the hell that gotta, white people don't do stuff like that. That what they got to do with white people? And it just has been stupid. And everybody in the world that watches me in comparison knows that I'm the only one talking some good sense. It doesn't matter if I had a bomb ass landlord. It doesn't matter. You ain't never had no landlord. Some of these people ain't never rented nothing. Some of these people ain't never left their mama's garage. I'm not judging you. You're on here chasing my clout. So if you know that a person, because I'm going to be honest with y'all, when I get back home, obviously I'm going to have a place to live. And then I can disappear from social media. The trolls are trying to make it to where I can't leave social media. No, I'm leaving social media for a long ass damn time, maybe forever. No, I want Jamila to come on here every day. Let's set up switches and dips and trips. No, you've been completely, your nut sacks have been cut the fuck off. It's over. Leave me alone. You can never be a troll that comes over to my platform to be empowered. I'll never empower a crazy, delusional troll. That's crazy. Never. It's ridiculous. And who's going to listen to somebody that's literally being ran by trolls? Like the trolls control your mind. That's crazy. For a troll to be able to control somebody's mind. And some trolls make videos. Let's keep it a buck. I've been saying that for years. It's ridiculous. Anyway, y'all, I think it's high time for us all. I think that there are so many people that are in agreement with everybody moving on and moving forward from it, but you have to discipline yourself. You can't just continue to watch the train wreck. I can't do that for everybody. That's something you have to do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that for yourself. And those people, in an attempt to program my mind, is programming everybody else. You don't think it, but you hear it over and over again. A bunch of lower vibratory, poverty, delusional, loserish shit. And I'm sorry that my name is being, they're attempting to use my name to do that, but you still don't have to just sit and listen to it. Don't nobody care. You know? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, regardless to what people were saying about me, also another thing I'm not appreciating. So if they say it, they think that that's what makes it real. But I was saying on my other channel that what did I do? Like, so if I don't do what you want me to do, you're gonna make it up. That's not what I did. And at this point, it's just time for me to go home. It's time for us to go home. So, and yes, I will be driving. What are you going to do? You're going to wish that I have a car accident? It's never going to happen. Oh, the message that I have from Aries. If you hold on to that heart, that evil, that hate for me, you're going to end up having a massive heart attack. The hate that you hold on to is going to give you a heart attack, is what he wanted to say. When you hate somebody that much, put you for a heart attack, stroke. That's the way that it is. You should never ever hate somebody that goddamn much. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. And it is the truth that a person's mental state affects their physical health. Think about it. If you constantly thinking about Jamila, or somebody that you hate, not just Jamila, and you know what? This is a wisdom that I give to my clients as well. Don't hold on to that. We're gonna make it better. We're gonna make sure. Well, I mean, because some of y'all do actually have a reason to hate somebody, not just because somebody told you to, but even in the event that you have a reason to hate somebody, you don't want to let that fester, because what it will do is it will start to cause decay to the body early. You want to let that go and heal from it. You do not want to stay in the energy of hate. It makes you unhappy, it makes you miserable. You laughing, you're doing laugh tracks. You're not actually having fun, you're actually miserable. That's not true happiness. It's not. Nobody can say, "Oh, I'm truly happy," while you hate and stalk somebody. No, it doesn't go together. And people know that I'm speaking the truth about that. Okay. So, like I said over here, we don't, I do truly wish that the drama would end, but it's not on me. I didn't create it. I didn't create the drama. Is what I didn't do. I personally, like I said, what was that? It was one of them lives that I did on this channel. I take back my regular audience from the trolls. That's a fact. I reclaim that. I reclaim that. In fact, for my birthday, I'm gonna put up a couple of spiritual videos. And please don't take advantage of me just because these people are doing what they're doing. Please don't do that. Because one thing that I got to tell you is that offerings need to be made to these spirits. It does. Offerings need to be made. So, there's other pressing matters at hand here. Okay. You can't just come to a witch or do witchcraft and not make offerings to these spirits, even if it's water. You have to make offerings to your spirits. You know what I'm saying? So, whatever it is that you're dealing with. So, and I have not allowed any of this to distract me. I'm not a person that's easily distracted from nothing. I can come on here and address the situation, but still have things done that need to be done. So I'll be putting up a couple of spiritual videos and a few. And that's pretty much what the focus is. That's what it's always been. People that want to consistently come on here and discuss me personally and say negative crap about me, they have no content. You're not a content creator. You know what I'm saying? You're not creative. You don't have no creativity. So it just is what it is. Anyway, that's pretty much it, you guys. I'll talk to y'all later. Blessings to y'all. Um, and oh, this will be interesting. Spooky homes everyone can afford, but nobody wants to buy. I'm gonna watch this. Do I? Anyway, I'm getting ready to watch TV, y'all. I'll be home soon. I want to assure everybody that none of these black men can keep me in Georgia. That like I've never seen. I never would have thought in my life that I would witness black men literally behaving like slave masters. You can bet your bottom dollar that literally I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all have those kind of problems. Call the Baron Samedi. Call the Baron Samedi, because he'll eliminate that real quick, real quick. So none of these men have the power to keep me anywhere. None of the men or the women have the power. It's very weird to see somebody doing it. It's fake. It's a fraud. And I think the only people that are possibly into this crap are people that are possibly lesbian, or they're into BDSM or some weird shit like that. The moment that I saw what was actually happening with BDSM and how when it comes to black men, they see it as an excuse to abuse you mentally and spiritually. And I would never in my life. So I think it's some kind of weird sexual kink that they have that's not sexy. It's disgusting. Yuck. I will slap the shit out of my man. Let me tell you something. If I had a man sitting next to me that's online talking about another woman's vagina, he's gonna have my handprint across his damn face. And he bet not hit me back. He bet not hit me back. Sit up there and talk about another woman every single day in my face and see, won't you end up with a handprint on your damn face, brother? So if you a black man and you want to be with another race of a woman because another race of woman is gonna let you get away with that, that's on you. What you crying to me for? What you crying to me for? And I'm not a violent person. I'm just, speaking to let y'all know that's ridiculous. Like, control your man. Get your man under control. What that got to do with me? What that got to do with my children? What that got to do with what I'm doing on here? Just because your man runs amok in your face, running amok, there's no way possible that I would ever, even if that man claimed I'm just doing it because I want to hurt that bitch. I wouldn't. I'd be like, ew, ew. I'd rather be alone. I'd rather be single. I'm sorry. No, no. You can't properly even spend time with your woman doing stuff like that. What kind of relationship is that? I don't know. Maybe these folks are swingers, though. I have no idea. I know I ain't no damn swinger. It's a lot of swingers down here in Georgia, too, y'all. I don't feel comfortable with that. I'm not a swinger. I'm not a swinger. I'm not a lesbian. I'm not bisexual. I'm none of that stuff. So it's some real weird sexual dysfunction. And I'm not saying that swingers are sexually dysfunctional. I'm not judging anybody. But for me, the reason why it's dysfunctional is because I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want anything to do with that. I don't want anything to do with a woman that sits up there and allows her man to talk about another woman's vagina. I'm not going to do it. And then people can get mad all they want and posting all this stuff. Hey, well, then quit saying it. Quit, you know, stop doing it then. You look sick. Like, there was this couple that was going around picking up women and raping them and murdering them. Like, weirdness, miserable, headed to prison, hell bound, all that stuff. Just all messed up. You know what I'm saying? That's why Valor gonna get you. He's going to, y'all. I swear to God. And people will come on here. This is another thing I don't like. I don't like it when people try to do disgusting things and you're going to hide behind the Bible. What? So you get to be as perverted as you want. And it's been like that for years. And the witches have always done what they do. I mean, y'all got to think about during those men were actually raping and doing torturing victims and their families, sexually driven. They're always talking about sex and nobody wants to have sex with them. Ew, gross. Not talking about Christians, but this is what we're talking about though. So you can try to be a threat, but literally every time you open up your mouth and you speak my name, all of my spirits are present there with you. And it's mainly Valor, and you can look him up. He's very murderous. He will murder somebody messing with people that he cares about. Because nobody wants you sexually abusing them. Nobody wants anybody talking about them sexually in that way. Like, you need to shut up. That's disgusting. Anyway, y'all. And again, I want my audience back to the point where, like, there shouldn't be a lot of religious people. I'm not Jesus, you know? So that part too. I'm not Christian and I'm not Jesus, and nor do I want to be. Why would I want to be Jesus? They crucified him on the cross. That don't even make no sense. And it's very unnatural. It is. It feels weird. It does. So, what do you do? What do you do? This reminds me of the list of the hit list of Zozo. It reminds me of that. Pazuzu, how these religious men literally, like, y'all make people want to throw up green slime or soup or something. It's disgusting. Leave people alone. I don't understand religious people with their thought process that they can judge people and torture people and harass people. What the hell is that? Especially when people don't affect you. And you expect us to go against our only defense and just live in misery with you. Nobody wants that. Leave people alone. So here's what I want to know. Do you honestly believe that your religion is going to allow you to hold me as a damn hostage? No, it's not. It's ridiculous. Just you coming on social media and speaking about me on a daily basis is a form of you trying to besiege me. It's ridiculous. Stop doing it. Nobody in that group of people should be speaking about me at all because I have graciously asked you not to. Graciously asked you. Why? Because I don't want you speaking about me to a bunch of obsessive trolls. Shouldn't have anything to say about me at all. Because trolls are no match for me any damn way. What you think, a troll gonna do something to me? Anyway, I gotta go. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.